You're about to listen to TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Hello, Internet. Hey, welcome.
Hey.
It's another episode of TADPOG Podcast.
It's us.
Tyler and Dave play old games. Just us.
Just us.
Me and you.
Yep.
Classic.
Vintage.
Dicks come, buttholes, fingerings. Classic.
That's
Classic.
Okay, I stand corrected. That is classic. This is not going to be classic.
No. You're right.
Yeah. I mean, go back, listen to our stuff from like 5 years ago if you want that.
Yeah.
We'll try
Back when we had stories before we got old.
Right. Well, yeah, we're out of stories now, and I mean, I'm under strict guidelines about what I can and cannot talk about.
Yeah, now we do like
That's
really
actually
fun
not true.
shit that we don't talk about because we're in permanent relationships.
Yeah, because we want that shit to continue.
Yeah.
We don't want to put any of that at risk.
Shit now is way more raw.
Oh God, it's so much. It's so much better, you guys. You got to believe us.
So today we're going to talk about Disney's The Jungle Book for the Super Nintendo.
The Jungle Book,
courtesy of the randomizer.
Yeah, it's the first. Is it the first book that the randomizer has given us, or were we supposed to play a video game?
I mean, that's not. We could have just read what Rudyard Kipling. Did he write the original a poem?
Well, there were like poems at the start of each book.
Okay,
and then there was like little short stories. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I guess there was a Jungle Book 2 that he wrote, and then there was also a Jungle Book 2 movie that Disney did.
Straight to video, probably.
Probably is my guess.
I did see the live action Jungle Book, and that was very good.
Now I might blow your mind. I don't know. I blew my own mind.
Blow it, baby.
I blew myself. Which live action Jungle Book? Because apparently there was another one.
Oh man, the one with Christopher Walken as Louie.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I liked that one.
Yeah.
I liked that one. Apparently there was one around the time this game came out.
Oh damn.
Yeah, which I didn't know about because it's like when I started like doing research on the game. Here's my deal. It was like, oh man, We're Back was such a fun fucking episode for me because I found that like oral history of We're Back, a dinosaur story, and it's like, fuck yeah, I bet I can find something like that for Jungle Book. Not really. I mean, I'm sure it exists, and it's like in my research I found, well, if I can get my hands on the 40th anniversary DVD double disc set platinum, there's commentary on that.
Where John Malkovich was supposed to be Louie originally.
Yeah, right. Louis Armstrong was supposed to be Louis originally, and then Walt Disney was like, people might take that the wrong way.
So we're going to go ahead and do it. Because I'm Walt Disney.
Well, at least that's also the thing that I was going to say is like, so like a lot of the information I got about the history and the making of the Jungle Book, the animated movie from 1968, I think, somewhere in that range, was all that information is from IMDb. So it's like, I don't know if it's true or not. I mean, I can edit IMDb, so you know what I mean? It's like, Cario is in Jungle Book? Oh my God.
Damn.
I must have missed a deleted scene where Cario is in Jungle Book and does backflips off of Princess Peach's heart-shaped bed.
Perfect.
But yeah, Louis Armstrong, according to IMDb, Louis Armstrong, we're like, we want Louis Armstrong to be Louis, King Louis. And then, yeah, they were like, apparently, allegedly, Walt Disney was like, guys, I think people might not think too kindly of us casting an African-American to play an orangutan. Yeah. And they were like, well, what do we do? He's like, well, I know someone who sounds just like him, and he's also named Louis. Louis Prima? I don't know. Who was, I guess, also like a jazz musician. You wouldn't know it from listening to him, but they could definitely skate by on that whole like race thing. They'll be like, no, he's a white guy.
No, he's a white guy. You think I, Walt Disney, would pay a black guy to be on my movies? No, sir. No, sir.
So right,
You know who's a big fan of me? Hitler.
yeah.
Hitler. Look it up.
Well, I mean, like
Hitler fucking loves
Hitler
me.
was also a big fan of King Kong, and King Kong's still in movies. So I don't know. Look, I don't know shit about Walt Disney other than the fact that his head is frozen under Disneyland, waiting to be thawed out. Once Hitler's is also thawed out.
That was a good Fallout 4 mission.
Is that a Fallout 4 mission?
You go to the founder
the old Wisneys.
the founder, because Nuka World is basically set up like Disney World.
Right, okay.
So you go to the founder of
right.
Nuka Cola down at the bottom.
Right.
He's the head.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that. Which, I mean, I'm curious if that never happened, like if that like urban legend never came about like Walt Disney's head, like how that would have changed Futurama.
Yeah. I was just about to say that. Yep.
Because I mean, that is clearly what all the heads in charge are based on, right?
Yep.
I mean, like, how fucking crazy is it that Walt Disney was such a big deal that, like, not only is he still influencing our media like directly based on like the company he made, but like basing our media just on myths and shit that was made up about him, like. He died during the production of The Jungle Book, which came out in like 1968. So it's like, dude's been dead for like a long time, like 52
like 38,
years.
like 30 years, right?
Oh yeah, like totally like 30 years.
years.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, that's a long time. It's a long time, bud. It's a long time to still be, relevant on podcasts like this one.
Yeah. Yeah, and he twisted and warped myths, so it's only fair that he gets same thing done to him. It's perfect.
We should start a podcast where we take things that are in the public domain and just put our own spin on them so that we can own them. Because that's essentially what they did with Jungle Book. Because it's like, yeah, man, we're going to take that Kipling book and we are going to make it fucking different so that from here on out, like, well, this is our Jungle Book.
All right. So all our Saints Go Marching in rap that will develop and then
Right. Exactly. But man, like I found out that I didn't know this because I've never read the Jungle Book. I've never read the book. And there was like, apparently, so I started reading it a little bit last night because I was like, well, time to read it all before we record. And I made it through a chapter and I was like, that's pretty good. I'd probably read this with Henry with heavy editing, I guess. I don't know. Because it's like, I don't know if I want to say this word to my son when he's about to go to bed because it's kind of old timey. We'll put it that way.
Okay.
Because I think Kipling, didn't he write like The White Man's Burden or whatever? Like that's him.
Oh, okay. All right.
So there's definitely things in there where it's like, man, I'm going to have to like edit this a little bit if I read any of it to Henry. So it's like, seems like too much work. We'll just read something modern. It's fine.
Bagheera, whose fur was as black as the heart of a gringo.
So the book is much darker than the movie. And like, so Walt Disney, like on the tail end of the Sword and the Stone was like, fuck, God, we're getting fucked, man. No one liked this movie. It didn't make us any money. And like, they were already in development of the Jungle Book. And he's like, fuck this shit. Do a different movie. Make it fucking friendly and happy. And they're like, no. And they're like, fucking do it. And like, okay. And then like, so they rewrote the script. Like, there's a hunter in the Jungle Book. And Walt's like, fucking no. Too dark, too real. Get it out. And like Ka apparently was like not necessarily a villain in the book, but he's like, fucking people hate snakes. He's a villain. And they're like, okay, all right, fine. We'll do it.
We're leaning into all their hatred and their need for escapism. That's all we do now.
He's like, look, man, I'm going to die during this production. I need this to be a success, okay? He didn't actually say. I don't know. He might have said that. I don't know. I wasn't there. Probably. We could assume.
Or we don't know. Allegedly. He said that.
So, yeah, that's why I guess he was like, according to one of the like animators, he handed the animator the Jungle Book, Kipling's Jungle Book, and said, the first thing I want you to do is never read this book.
Somebody handed it to you. What are you going to do? The rest of your life hinges on this moment right now. What are you going to do with that?
And then they did have
I'm about to die and I'm mad with power. Imagine what my company's gonna be like in 50 years.
They rewrote all the songs except for one. The Bare Necessities was like one of the original songs that they like pleaded with Walt. They were like, dude, we gotta leave this song in. Get rid of all the other songs, but we gotta leave the Bare Necessities in.
It's one of the best songs in the...
It fucking won awards, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, so it's like, yeah, good call on that. But everything else was rewritten by like the Sherman Brothers, who did like, I guess, like the Mary Poppins stuff and like and like all that. Which, I mean, you know, the rest of the songs in the movie are like, they're good, you know?
Yeah.
But like the Bare Necessities is like the song, of the Jungle Book. Yeah. So, yeah, the Jungle Book.
The Jungle Book.
I liked it. The movie.
The movie.
Yeah.
I liked the animated movie when I was a kid. I liked the live action remake I watched a few years ago.
Yeah, I like that one too. And it didn't get. It was weird because that is very much like a remake. Apparently, dude, like in like, I don't even know if this is on Disney Plus or anything, but like apparently, like around the time the SNES game came out, they did a live action Jungle Book. Like I think it was like 1993, which blows my mind because it's like that had to have been home video. Like had to have been, right?
You're right. With real panthers and real tigers, Joe Exotic's animals, fed peanut butter.
Which, like, apparently that hunter character from the book, they put in that live action movie. So it's like, supposedly that one is like much closer to the source material than the animated film.
Yeah.
So that kind of makes me interested in it. Like, is Ricky Tikki Tavi like in the Disney canon? Like, does Ricky Tikki Tavi make an appearance in the Jungle Book? I don't know.
That fucking owl from Cinderella does, though. In the game, at least.
Dude, okay, so here's the other thing. I don't know who that owl is from, because it's like in the game.
It's a jungle owl.
But it's like, is it the owl from Bambi? Is it the owl from Cinderella? They're the same. I mean, and it's like the Jungle Book's another one of those where it's like.
Is it the owl from the Odyssey? We don't know.
It's definitely not the owl from the Odyssey.
Is it painted really well?
It's definitely not C-3PO the owl. There's like
the owl Athena.
There's like you've seen the video, right? Of like the side-by-side footage of like reused animation in Disney films.
Oh, like Winnie the Pooh and the Jungle Book.
Yeah.
Are like, yeah.
And the Jungle Book apparently has like a bunch of them. And the Jungle Book, like, and when they were making the Jungle Book, they were just starting to use like Xeroxing technology to like make some cells. So like the very end of the movie, spoilers, when Mowgli goes to the village, a lot of that was just done with like Xerox. So it's like it's pretty wild because it's like up till then it was all like hand drawn.
Every cell drawn, traced, and
So I don't know how that technology works. It sounds really interesting because like all of that animation stuff is like really interesting to me, but it was also one of those where it's like, I'm not going to go that deep for the Jungle Book SNES episode of TADPOG.
If you would have loved it, because the video game, different story.
The video game is definitely a different story.
But before we delve into this, I got this package sitting right here.
Yeah.
Let's see what this is. I'm not sure who it's from. I'm assuming maybe it's the G's. I didn't see a from, but it's one single package of...
It's from our good friends at Amazon Shipping.
It is soup.
Soup?
Or sauce?
Some mulligatawny?
Alicina brand Uchukuta. Crema de Rocoto.
Was that Huttonese?
Yep. Red hot chili sauce, but it looks like it's a soup.
All right.
I could go for a chili soup.
All right. So we're gonna do
different.
We'll do this on the upcoming Patreon video.
Yeah. All right.
I like it.
Thank you, whoever sent that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Probably the G's.
Thank you for the soup. Probably
Maybe
the
not.
G's.
Or I guess it could be Fernando. Fernando could also send this.
Could have been Nando.
Yeah.
Hope you don't break your tooth on it.
Yeah. Your soup cracked all my teeth.
Yeah, I don't know if I told you this or not, but in Discord, he's like, "Yeah, I don't eat those candies. I don't. They're too hard."
I'm going to send you with no warning. No warning at all.
I think his wife does eat the candies though, but she's very
She's also a monster.
very strong teeth.
She's a robot.
Yeah, she is. She is. Yeah. So yeah, the Jungle Book. The Jungle Book.
So they weren't just cold; they're just really fucking hard.
They're really hard. Yeah, they're really hard. The Jungle Book, 1994. Mowgli was played by none other than Jason Scott Lee.
Who's that?
I believe that is Liu Kang.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm not positive. No, it's not. It's fucking. No, it's not. Here, Jason Scott Lee.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a character. Okay, so 1993.
Bruce Lee, Brennan Lee, Jason Scott Lee. Perfect.
Well, he
died during the making of this
of the
movie.
Jungle Book.
Someone threw a real tiger at him.
He did play Bruce Lee, no relation, in the 1993 martial arts film Dragon, the Bruce Lee story.
All right.
So there we go. He was also in, let's see, Born in East LA, Back to the Future Part 2. He played Whitey. I don't know. I don't remember that character.
Probably somebody in Biff's gang.
Probably.
Yeah.
He was in the Ghoulies 3, Ghoulies Go to College.
What are ghoulies?
Oh man, you don't remember the Ghoulies?
No.
I've never seen any of the movies, but I think the first movie when I remember going to the Blockbuster and I was into horror, so I'd definitely walk that aisle, and I remember the art for the Ghoulies being
I would get yelled at by mom and dad. So,
really?
Yeah.
Well, my parents wouldn't let me rent them, but they'd at least let me walk by them. And I remember the Ghoulies, I think is the one that has the toilet seat and it's got the tiny monster coming out of the toilet seat. I think you would know it if you saw it.
Okay.
And it was always that that poster or that movie art is forever just ingrained in my mind because I remember being God, I bet that movie's so good. It's got a toilet on the front.
On the front.
On the front, Tyler, on the front.
That's brave.
And
That's brave to do that in Hollywood.
Yeah, and there's a monster coming out of it that kind of looks like Chucky, but if he was a zombie. So yeah, this has got to be a really good one. It's probably like a turd Chucky, and that's what I'm here for.
That's my thing.
Yeah. He was also in Map of
Churds.
Jerds. Just like mom used to make. He was also in, I don't even know why the fuck I'm reading all this. We're not even talking about this version of the movie. We're not even talking about the movie. He was in Map of the Human Heart, Dragon, the Bruce Lee story.
Okay.
Picture Bride, The Jungle Book, Murder in Mind, Tale of the Mummy, Soldier. Have you heard of any of these?
Nope.
Yeah, okay. We've heard of this one.
What's he doing now?
The last thing he worked on was Mulan.
Okay. All right.
Mulan.
Disney was like, hey, remember? You worked with us a long time ago. Come on back.
Yeah. I don't know why I thought he was Liu Kang, but I definitely thought he was Liu Kang.
You're our guy for stuff we're going to release in people's homes.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, The Jungle Book, 1994. Think about it.
Check it out.
I mean, I don't know.
Let us know.
Yeah. Report back. I've never heard of it, so it's probably bad, is my guess.
Probably.
Yeah.
It still took him 20 more years to try it again. 93, 2003, 2013. Yeah. Okay. Probably about that.
All right. Reviews.
I had to think, what's 20 years again? Is that why old people are the way they are?
Oh, you mean
are we
us?
locked in at a certain age?
Yeah,
and
of
then
course.
everything revolves around that home base of memories.
Yeah,
you have,
dude, everything revolves.
which is the 90s for us.
Well, I think for us, honestly, I think time stopped at 2008.
Yeah.
I mean, that. I'm not trying to be harsh on us, but
No, it's true. Did I graduate from culinary school 8 years ago? or no?
I mean, there was
More
one.
than that. 12, 13 years ago.
Chris Black of Karnov fame made that point very evident to me one day when he's like, "When's the last time you've bought clothes that are different than the clothes you're wearing?" I guess 2008. Yeah. And that started made me think. I was like, what do people wear now? You know what? I don't know, because I don't know any college kids. I don't know any kids. So it's like we just dress Henry like a child.
Skinny jeans? What are these? I grew up with only the fattest of jeans.
Yeah. It's true.
I guess at least if I have to dress business casual, that's still pretty uniform across the board.
I just wear jeans. But even that is like, it just dawned on me like a few years ago. It was like, oh yeah, there are different kinds of jeans. It's not just like, jeans. Like it used to be when I was like, didn't know about any of this shit. I remember being a kid and being like, jeans are jeans.
Well, Melissa and I watched a TikTok where a woman, like, she told herself, she was like, all right, I'm going to go in and now in 2021 into this Target. I'm going to buy an outfit. Every single bit of it will be in Target, which is a fashion-forward place. I'm going to go buy this right now. She walks in, and then it shows her in what looks exactly like an outfit from 1983, like to a fucking T. Because Melissa just showed me that part. I was like, where'd she get all those old clothes? Is that the point? Like, no. It's all from Target now.
Wow.
Like, that is...
Dude, let's go to Target.
And like Brandy Jr., she wears the crop tops with these super high-waisted jeans like you would see in the 80s.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw someone at the gas station essentially wearing like those jeans. And it was like, all right.
Yeah, the sweats with sweatpants that are bunched at the bottom.
Yeah.
Have elastics so they fit to your, like, just, okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's all cyclical, right?
Yep.
I guess. Because like
it 100% fucking is.
I remember being in high school and like fucking 70s shit being in. I don't know if you remember that or not.
Oh, bell bottoms. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it was just like, okay, we're doing this.
Yeah.
I never did it because it's like, look, I only know jeans.
Whoever lives in that room that just decides what we all wear again. So
right. It's like the manatees with the beach balls.
Yeah. What's in this year? You're 100% right, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who controls all that big fashion.
Yeah.
Well, because there's such a divide too. I mean, you like see like, I don't know, someone performing, and it's like people don't dress like that. You know what I mean? Like there's a divide between like that and here, and it's like what happens between that and here.
Yeah, fantasy and reality. Where's the dividing line? Where do you cross over?
I think the dividing line
between the center district of the Hunger Games to the outer districts.
Right? Yeah. I think it's really just Target HQ. I think it's just someone there like, fuck it, man. I like the 80s. Push the green button.
Mr. Isaac Mizrahi, what do we do? The 80s.
Right. Order. There's just a button. They've got one of those drinking bird toys that just keeps pressing order. How the hell do we get there?
I don't know.
The Jungle Book.
I'm glad we did, though.
Did you know that there is a show called Jungle Cubs?
Nope.
Yeah, it is. You know how everything got a baby's version? Muppets, of course. I don't know if they started that trend, but in my heart they did. Yeah, there's like a Muppet Babies for the Jungle Book where it's like Bagheera and Shere Khan and Kaa, and they're all babies. It's all like pre the Jungle Book.
Perfect.
I haven't seen an episode, but I'm definitely going to
So Baby Tailspin is right around the corner.
Dude, I would fucking be all over Baby Tailspin. Dude, is there canon for what the fuck happened between the Jungle Book and Tailspin? Like, is there like...
Planet of the Apes?
Right?
Where one of the canisters gets rolled into the jungle. So
is that how Planet of the Apes
works? That's how it works.
That's how the turtles work.
That's how they develop the serum that makes apes more intelligent.
Yeah.
So
okay. Right.
And they develop it into a gas, and then one big thing I remember in the first one was all the apes then that have been awakened essentially then grab canisters of the gas and just roll it down the pins where all the apes are.
And by the first one, you mean not the first one.
Right.
Chronologically, the first one. The one with the talking chimpanzee with Caesar.
Yes,
what was that
Caesar.
one called? War of the Planet? I don't know.
I don't know. There's so many. There's so many
The
old
Apes
ones and so
Begin.
many new ones. Yeah.
Are you a fan of that series?
The old ones, not really.
Yeah.
The new ones, I did like. I saw all of them in
You
theaters.
saw all of them?
Brady
Wow.
Jr. was all about it, so I took her to see
Yeah.
them.
Well, that makes a big difference, I think. I heard they were really good.
Yeah.
I saw the first one and I was like, man, that was cool. All right. And then they were like, the second one's coming out. I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. I'm going to definitely happy that people are
Third
gonna
one's got Woody
enjoy
Harrelson.
that. Oh, really?
And he's an asshole.
Yeah. Oh, I can't imagine.
Yeah.
What about the Tim Burton joint? Didn't Tim Burton do that one with like Tim Roth and all that, like in the 90s, where they wore like the fucking ape suits and shit like that?
Oh, I think you're right.
I think it was Tim Burton. Maybe it wasn't. I don't
I mean,
remember.
I vaguely know. Yeah, because there was a remake.
Yeah.
Another remake. You're right, man. I totally forgot about that one. Yeah.
They should let him do the Jungle Book.
Yep.
I want the Jungle Book to get morbid. I want Walt Disney to spin around headless in his grave.
Just for his floating head to spin around in circles.
Yes, please. Thus the ritual, the summoning ritual can be completed.
But the game.
The
Jungle
game.
Book, the game. You hear that, Dave?
I do hear that. It sounds like little tiny Bagheera and little tiny Shere Khan. They don't have differences yet. So they're just playing and they're just rolling around. They're being real cute, not knowing.
I'm going to tell you, there's a baby's version show that Jack likes where all the classic monsters are babies.
Like
in a
the
daycare.
Universal monsters,
Yeah.
like the Wolfman and Wolf Baby and
Yep. So there's like a wolf baby, vampire baby, zombie baby, witch baby, mummy baby.
Witch Baby.
Yep.
I feel like they're just attack that. Is there a Universal witch? There's like the Bride of
I
Frankenstein.
feel like there
right?
was maybe the witch was the zombie has like magical powers. I guess they don't want the baby eating brains and shit. I don't know. I don't know.
I guess that kind of makes sense. I guess
It's more of the zombie is more of a Day of the Dead type zombie, like with the Mexican like very artistic rendering of like
Oh, okay, I got you.
the
yeah,
Day of the Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were referencing like a movie, Day of the Dead.
Yeah, Cesar Romero.
Yeah.
baby Cesar Romero. Baby Bud, the zombie who could shoot a gun. Yeah,
Cesar Romero is the Joker.
you're right. Who am I thinking of? George Romero.
George Romero, yeah. You're thinking of the town Romero from Breath of Fire.
You're right. You're right. I am.
Didn't at one point Cesar Romero play Liu Kang? I think that happened at some
With his
point,
beard,
right?
yeah.
Right. Don't worry, they CG'd it out. It worked just fine. Of course, I hear that the pitter patter of a tiny zombie baby disemboweling and eating Bagheera bits, which of course ushers in a segment that we like to call Dave Reads from Wikipedia. Okay, guys. Disney's The Jungle Book is a series of platform video games based on the 1967, damn it, I was so close, 1967 Disney animated film of the same name. The game was released by Virgin Interactive Entertainment in 1994 for the Game Boy, NES, Master System, Sega Genesis Mega Drive, Sega Game Gear, Super NES, and PC, and a remake for the Game Boy Advance was released in 2003 to celebrate the film's sequel, The Jungle Book 2. Mm-hmm. I want to know what this plot is of The Jungle Book 2. Have you ever seen The Jungle Book 2?
No.
I just want to know.
I have no idea.
I just want to know. The Jungle Book 2.
Mowgli's son wants to go in there and be raised by Bagheera and take fire to the elephants and shit.
Probably. Maybe. Oh
I know that's the plot of Little Mermaid 2 was her daughter wants to be a mermaid, so she wants to go back.
And she's like, girl, you got legs. You know how hard I worked for these?
Do you know how cool it'd be to live under the sea? Yeah, I do.
I mean, it was okay at best. If I wasn't royalty, it would have been really, really bad. It's fucking cold down there,
and I
man.
I still left because then I was a fucking princess.
Yeah, dude, sex sucks down there. It sucks real bad.
Yeah. And then I got a giner, Eric, and I fuck all the time. It's wonderful.
Yeah,
You're going to lose
no,
it.
it's
You want to lose
fantastic.
your giner? You're going to have to spurt eggs everywhere for somebody to come jerk off on?
And it could be anyone too. A turtle could come by and do it.
Yeah.
Think about that. What was Ariel's daughter's name? Ariel Jr.
Helvetica. I don't know.
Nice. Ariel Light. The plot to Jungle Book 2, check this out. The film is a sequel to Walt Disney's 1967 film The Jungle Book and stars Haley Joel Osment as the voice of Mowgli and John Goodman himself. Rex himself
Yeah.
as the voice of Baloo.
Perfect.
The film received negative reviews. However, it was a box office success. Box office success.
Oh, so it did actually come out.
I
Okay.
guess this totally came out. The film is not based on the second Jungle Book. However, they do have several characters in common. Yeah, it is the fourth animated Disney sequel to have a theatrical release rather than going direct to video after the Rescuers Down Under in 1990. Wow. 2003, The Jungle Book 2. I was too old to give a shit at that time.
Yep.
Wow. The plot is very long, so I'm not going to get into it. But it looks like Mowgli escapes the man village.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Hopefully for some heinous, unbelievable crime that he has to go live in the jungle again.
We can only hope. I hope it ends up being like a Lion King crossover.
Okay, yeah.
I want to see Timon and Pumbaa partying with Baloo is what I want.
That's
what I want.
Yeah, it could happen.
It could happen.
They should have been in Tailspin. What should have happened?
Yeah, Tailspin.
How do we know they weren't in Tailspin at some point? They could have been.
They could have been. They literally could have been. There is a Tailspin video game that we get to talk about.
Yeah,
I think it came out on the Super Nintendo.
because I know the NES had one.
I know the NES had one.
SNES
God, I
had
hope
one.
the SNES had. It was bad, I hear.
Oh, perfect.
So, I mean, we can find out.
Yeah, let's see. Because Disney, man, through the 90s, Disney made some fucking pretty solid video games with Darkwing Duck, Rescue Rangers.
Well, that was when
Aladdin.
Capcom was handling all that shit.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Mickey Castle of Illusion.
I don't think we have Tailspin on the Super Nintendo. We do have Tasmania, which is not a Disney property, but does start with a T. And he does spin
Perfect.
and has a tiny tail.
And I can go catch up with that cartoon again that I loved back in the day.
I didn't like
Fucking
it.
love. Oh my god, I love that
I
cartoon.
didn't like it. But I think I would have liked it if I was your age when, you know. Yeah. I think I just barely aged out of Tasmania.
Well, back then, 3 years makes a difference.
Yeah, for sure.
So this game.
Right, I didn't
Yeah.
finish the Wikipedia segment. Right, yeah. So the video game, not to be confused with the Jungle Book 2, came out on a fucking shitload of consoles. While gameplay is the same on all versions, technological differences between the systems forced changes, in some case drastic, in level design, resulting in 6 fairly different versions of the same game. And then this Wikipedia article is essentially based on the Genesis version.
So it's side-scrolling platformer.
Yep, it's a platformer.
It is probably one of the weakest Disney platformer entries up until this point.
Well, I want to talk to you about really what I want to do is draw some comparisons, especially from you, because I know how you feel about The Lion King. I want to draw some comparisons between The Lion King and The Jungle Book, because I kind of feel like, honestly, they're very similar. There's a lot of swinging in both of the games. In The Jungle Book, you're swinging on vines. But I will
In the jungle, giant sprawling levels, you can get mixed up pretty easily, especially when you're adult Simba.
Yeah, and there's that whole level in the Jungle Book where you're climbing that waterfall, and that is a level in the Jungle Book as well.
The log.
So yeah, I mean, and honestly, because I didn't think that this game was a bad game. I mean, I've definitely played worse Super Nintendo games, for sure.
I think there are worse Super Nintendo games, but for me, all positives for this game are completely washed out. And for me, this game goes to the bottom of the barrel because it has a Sparkster problem. And you ran into that problem.
Yeah, it does have a Sparkster problem.
And that absolutely 100% I think makes it a fucking abomination, and it gets fucking thrown out to the fucking astral plane, because to me that makes it an anxiety It ruins it. It absolutely it banishes all good things that it has to offer because of how poorly programmed it is. So for you,
do you want to talk about the Sparkster problem in this game?
Yeah.
Because, like, first of all, the Sparkster problem is
the
that we ran into when we were covering Sparksters, that there's a game-breaking glitch in the game that halts you from progressing.
Yep. So in Sparkster, I noticed it prevalent on the drum levels because you don't have. I guess it's programmed where if you fall for more than a certain number of frames, you kick into a falling animation, and that falling animation must stop if you hit solid ground. But there is a level to which it's all instruments. There's no solid ground. So if you
did you know that instruments are gaseous?
yeah yeah.
I know that from Sparkster.
I figured you knew that from being in band.
Well, no, they don't tell you the truth.
So on that drum level, like if you bounce up high enough on the drum and trigger the animation falling down, you stay stuck in that animation and you have to reset the game.
Right.
So for me, that was, I don't care about
I remember.
any level of fun
very
to
upset.
this game.
Yeah.
That poor, shitty fucking programming ruins it for me. Fucking off the list. Irredeemable.
In the Jungle Book, I ran into an issue where in the second level, there are, throughout this whole level, there are swinging vines, pitfall style.
Throughout the whole game, there are tons of swinging vines.
That is true.
Yeah.
That's a heavy theme in the game. But a lot of times you need to utilize these vines to swing from like one platform to another. And there is one vine that did not spawn for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, I was streaming. You can go back and watch the VOD.
So I was going to ask you, like, did you download this in emulator and you download a pirated copy that's protected so you can't progress? Right. No. Original fucking hardware.
Original hardware, original cartridge.
Yep.
And I was like, what's fucked up is this is why I stream. This is why I want to play games that we talk about on original hardware is because honestly, dude, if this had happened to me in an emulator, I would have been like, fucking emulator.
Yep.
Emulation is garbage. Like, honestly. That's where where my mindset would be.
Exactly. Yeah, I would have been the exact same way.
But because it was on original hardware on the real cartridge that I own, I was like, what the fuck?
Yep.
Did I get like a bootleg cartridge or something? And then fortunately, Twitch chat was like, probably this game is programmed poorly and it tried to load too many objects and they treated the vine as an object, which sucks because there's an object limit. And if it reaches that limit, it's not going to spawn extra stuff. So
at any time in any level, you could play the wrong way and it not load the shit that you needed to load and you have to restart.
Presumably. We know for sure in one spot.
Yep.
But presumably. And I would like to argue, I'd like to come to the Jungle Book's defense for just a moment and say that at least this doesn't soft lock the game. Because like in Sparkster, you're fucked.
Oh, yeah.
You have to reset the game.
You can't move. You can't do anything. Yeah, you're stuck in that animation.
But in the Jungle Book, you can die.
Yeah.
And then restart the level. And as long as you go through it slower, the vine will spawn.
Yeah.
Because it's as long as it's not trying to load a bunch of objects at the same time, it'll spawn. So, yeah, it's a problem.
That is a better than Sparkster.
But
I agree with you.
It's still a problem.
It's still a problem, and it kicks it down to the bottom of the list for me.
And I kind of want to. I'm going to be honest with you. I kind of want to tread lightly on like rating a game based on its I agree with you in this scenario, but I mean, like Final Fantasy games are like not programmed well.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like right. I don't want to. But those games are really
and modern
good.
games have
I like
that problem.
Those. Sure,
Absolutely. I think I will give it higher
Did
points.
Bethesda do the Jungle Book? I don't understand.
I do give it higher points because you're right. You can die and you can do something different.
Right.
In Sparkster, you're just shit out of luck.
You're done. You have to reset. Yeah. And soft locking is like the worst case scenario. Like
and there is a level skip that you can get back to where you were. Like at least that's there. Like in Final Fantasy, if something happens, well, you can always reset. You can always. From your last save point.
That's true. As long as you didn't save afterwards. You know what I mean? So I guess I think like in Final Fantasy, like they really make up for the deficiencies in the programming. And I mean, I don't know. I don't know how often this happens in the Jungle Book. Maybe it was just really weird that it happened to me. You know, maybe it's not super common, but I don't know. Yeah, I agree with you. It does. It definitely put a damper on the whole game because, yeah, you go through it and you're like,
And you're worried, am I lost or am I fucked?
right. Because,
Yep.
yes, and that is a problem because the level design in the game is very non-linear, which I mean could be touted as a good thing, but I honestly think that it's not a lot of fun to wander around the jungle and you're not sure if you're going the right way or not. The game is fun for me when you are platforming because I do honestly think that like a lot of the platforming is pretty good. I mean, I think it's fast. Like the game, like the platforming is it's the exact opposite of We're Back because like We're Back is so slow and the sprites are large. Like Rex's sprite is so big. In this game,
I still think Mowgli's a little big.
yeah,
A little. I mean, it's borderline, but I think he's a little too big.
I don't know. I get
Just because just the way. So you've got the moving background, the static background. Mowgli, who I feel like is a little big, having to, and he's very slippery. And he's very floaty. And
slippery boy.
I found myself getting kind of disoriented, like because he's so big, it's hard to see. Like like I said, it's not like Rex by any stretch of the imagination. But I think he takes up just enough of the screen to where flipping around and moving, and you have to do some faith jumps.
Yeah, you do for sure.
And I think that's because of his size.
I don't know. I think that's poor level design, honestly. Because I mean, like he's about as big as X in Mega Man X. I mean, is X much smaller than him, than Mowgli?
I get, yeah. I mean, that's true, but I guess there's not as much vigorous speed up and
There's
down.
not because
so it's more.
Mowgli's very fast. I think it's a speed issue because
That's fair.
Because I mean, like, yeah.
That's fair.
And I know that like size and speed kind of go hand in hand sometimes. You know, the larger the sprite, typically the slower it's going to go, just so you can. The game is playable.
Speed and the big sprawling levels in every direction.
For sure. This is like
that probably makes it worse as well.
The level design in this game is not good. It reminds me of Earthworm Jim. And it's
I was gonna say Home Improvement
and Home Improvement for sure. Because I almost went Home Improvement, but I don't think it's that bad.
Yeah.
Because like Home Improvement, the levels are so huge, where it's just like God, man. Like I don't know. It just feels like I keep on going, and I don't know if I'm going in the right direction or not.
Yeah.
At least in the Jungle Book, the levels seem to be like reasonably sized for a platformer, and they seem to be like Earthworm Jim sized, but it's like Earthworm Jim like I recently replayed, and it's like I love that game, but it has bad level design in it, like especially playing it for like
I hated being in Heck, trying to replay going through Heck. I thought it was awful. And the underwater vacuum tubes, I think in the second one.
I like that, but I like the variety that it offers. But like I guess like Heck is a really good but it's totally, I get it. It's not good game design. The reason I like the underwater level is because I know that I can do it. And when I streamed it like a month back, I was like I didn't have an easy time with it, but it was like I know I can do this. I just have to remember how I did it. I have to remember the path kind of deal. Which isn't good level design. I mean, it isn't. Like, I mean, if you can't intuit through some way where to go, then that's not good. That's not good level design. Yeah. That's just randomness, you know? And the Jungle Book suffers from that for sure.
And it also has some very weird, some of the platforms are just sort of weird. Because under the waterfall, you have to hit lizards and jump on their tongues.
Right, yeah.
And then in that forced, every level is pretty big and long. The forced scrolling level is by far the biggest and the worst.
Yeah, they throw a forced scroll level at you.
Because you're like, there are 2 or 3 different checkpoints in that level. It's so fucking big.
Yeah.
And it almost felt Cat Mario-esque in something they're just being platforms and stones and shit that you just have to know it's there. Otherwise, you're just going to die. You just have to. And then the scroll is so slow that there are these falling platforms, and you have to just jump slowly from every platform for the scroll to catch up
Right.
for you to go all the way across.
Right.
I think that's shitty.
Think like Super Mario World, like donut planes kind of deal.
Yeah.
Like, but what's nice, they handle it well in Super Mario World because it's like they let you stand on there for just long enough, and then those blocks
They flash, you know.
so you know they're gonna fall. In the Jungle Book, you don't get that.
Nope.
It's just, and also the ledges, those little platforms are like literally like 2 pixels high.
Yep.
So they're really
They look
hard
like
to see.
everything
on top
else.
of that, yes, they blend in
Yep.
with the background, and that's like not good in a platformer. You don't want your platforms to blend in with the background because
Yep.
then people don't know where they can stand. And that also, that goes back to Earthworm Jim, because I got those vibes from Earthworm Jim where it's like, it felt like they were so concerned with making a good looking game that they sacrificed recognizability in order to do it, because they're like, because I'll be honest with you, dude, I think the Jungle Book looks really good. Like, I think it's
Yeah,
a
no.
really, really good looking game.
No argument from me for the look of it and the music.
Yeah, I think the music's great too. I think the sound is really good. I think that but I mean, the game, I honestly think that the way the game looks and the way that it's animated is its strongest feature. Like, I swear, like when you're fighting Louis, like he's doing, like, it's like they took cells from the movie and fucking traced them. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And it's like, it looks really, really good. The problem is that the gameplay it's not really there.
Nope.
I mean, it's not really there, but it's also a game that I would totally finish.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of those for me because I like.
Remember, you were very, very frustrated at the first few levels, and at the
I
Caw
was.
fight.
Yeah.
But toward where you got around
Oh,
Louis, you got to
God.
enjoy it a lot. Enjoy it more.
Well, yeah. Once we got past Ka, because like Ka is like the first Ka the Snake is like the first big boss in the game, and it's like. That's another thing the game fucks up on is like the pacing is not good because it's
No.
like you get to Ka and like everything up till then, unless you can't spawn a vine that is necessary to progress,
It's not too bad.
it's not too difficult. But then you get to Ka and it's like, dude, you got to throw so many fucking bananas at this snake, which we haven't mentioned. That's your main attack.
Oh, and it is like it's like having the X Buster. I mean, you throw that many shots at anything.
Yeah.
Especially Caw. Like that was I was blown away watching you fight Caw.
I mean, it is like, I couldn't even, Mowgli throws the bananas so fast, like kunai, that it's
Yeah.
like, I couldn't count them. I was trying to
Well,
count
it's
the
like
hits.
X with the X Buster. It really is. It's that fast. Like
And
trying to count X Buster shots.
I mean, I'd probably, if I were to estimate, 60 shots, 60 hits with bananas.
yeah, you're probably right.
That's an estimate. I have but that's what it feels like because it's like, and it's also not easy because it's like you have 4 hearts, and every time you get hit by anything in the game, you lose a heart. You lose all your hearts, you die. That's just video games. So it's like I'm fighting Ka, you're Mowgli, and it's like you can only get hit 4 times. Meanwhile, you got to hit him 60, 70 times, and it's like he's shooting these his hypnotic optic blast that is not already bad enough that it's taking 1 heart. It fucking homes on you. It chases you.
If it didn't do that, I would say, okay, this boss fight is a little, if it went in a straight line like he has where if he comes in from the ceiling,
Right.
it chases you. If he
Right.
comes up from the floor, it's a straight line.
Right. But if they were all straight lines, it wouldn't be so bad.
Yep.
But what I figured out I had to do, and this is like some next levels 90s shit, because it's like I feel like this is the jank. Like this is like, it felt like I was exploiting the game in order to beat the boss, because it's like if I can get Ka to face the right side of the screen and shoot his optic blast off the right side of the screen, it disappears and I don't have to worry about it.
Yep.
So the meta all of a sudden just became always stand on the right to go to bait the fucking homing rays and then jump out of the way and then they'll disappear.
And he's so big with such a big hitbox, and he spawns in 3 different places.
Yeah.
Like if you go over into one safe zone a little bit too much, he'll immediately spawn on that side and hit you.
And
You
hit
don't even see him spawn.
Yeah,
Yep.
you don't even see him. Yeah, you get hit before you see him, and then he starts. Not only his head starts popping out of areas, then his tail starts popping out of areas, and it's
Yep.
like, oh my god!
And you have a very narrow valley in the middle where I watched a 17-minute speed run of this game. and like by
fast.
far the longest.
Is that the big
segments-
section?
Yeah, like him. The things that took the longest on the speed run were Caw, the force scroll level.
I mean, that's always
Louis took a ton of hits, especially his second form, but he tore through Shere Khan. Like he saved all his fruit until the very end.
Oh, wow.
And then just unloaded everything onto Shere Khan. And that made that the shortest boss fight in the game.
I didn't get that far. I didn't even get to Louis' second form. I knew that he had one because
That force scroll level, that's stupid.
Yeah.
That is so like, and because I watched till you got there, and
Yeah.
it is such a long bullshit trap of a level. Like it is absolute, and you can tell like there are these flashing statues that will,
right. And the instruction manual says that these have random effects.
See, to me, it looks like they would shoot fire, and then the program would remember, oh shit, Louis can't have fire. What?
Those you're talking about the mouths,
Right?
Yeah, the
What?
flamethrowing
Is it
mouths.
gas? Can it be gas? It looks like fire, but let's make it like a little bit of different color.
I love that. I love that. They're like playtesting the game, and someone's like, "Is it Louis wanting fire? He has it." Oh shit!
Shit. What can these pillars be spewing? Really floaty sand?
I mean, I thought it was fire. It looked like fire to me, and it never registered in my mind that it's like the Louis after this shit, but he's got it.
Yep.
Oh god.
Well, in Shere Khan's level, you're running through like the burned down forest, jumping over like embers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you also start jumping on clouds, which is
Yeah, that doesn't seem to fit the
it's
Jungle
dumb.
Book at
It's
all.
dumb. It's dumb that you're jumping on clouds in between the tree branches.
Yeah. Yeah, that is dumb. It
So-
could be dragonflies. That's what you jump on earlier in the game.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
And they fly you straight up. They're
I
the
know.
strongest fucking dragonflies you've ever seen.
Prehistoric. Yeah, there are a lot of I mean, they had to add a bunch of stuff to
You
pad
have
the
to,
game.
yeah.
There's definitely Toucan Sam in this game. Like 1000%. Yeah, I mean, it's just straight up Toucan Sam. Maybe this is a Toucan Sam game before it was a Jungle Book game. I don't know.
I hope so. Because at the end of the fourth scroll level, you fight Louis' second form.
Louis C.K.
Louis C.K. Yeah, he drugs up in front of you, and every time he goes to pull it out,
Yeah.
you throw bananas at him until he stops.
Dude, he could do 3 at a time with his 2 hands and 1 foot. I mean, it's fucking gross.
Because like he has like a few different attacks. Otherwise, it's exactly the same as Form 1. It takes
Yeah,
more
I saw he's
hits.
got a ground pound, which
Yeah.
like makes boulders fall from the sky,
Yeah.
which is like, which, you know,
That's what he
honest-
does right before he dies.
And that fight, like, when I first got to Louis, I killed him on the second try. And after Ka, it was like, what the
I mean, you probably went
fuck?
through 20, 30 tries. On
Oh,
Ka.
dude, I think honestly, I think I probably spent an hour on Ka's level. Just because Ka's super hard. And like
Yeah.
what also sucks is like if a boss kills you and you lose your life, you start back from a checkpoint. They've got the little elephant who waves the flag, who was played by Clint Howard in the Jungle Book. You've got him. He's your checkpoint. But the problem is if you lose all of your lives, you can continue. But if you continue, you're starting from the beginning of the level. And a boss fight isn't the level. You have to like get through the platforming level and then fight a boss. So, I mean, and that's kind of standard like NES like that. I mean, it feels a little old, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It feels like something from one generation ago kind of
Yeah.
deal. One generation before the Super Nintendo. But I mean, yeah, it was really rough on that Ka level because, yeah, I had to play that platforming segment over and over and over again because I kept dying and using continues. How do you feel about the continue system? Like, how do you feel about the gym system?
I mean, it gives you a reason to explore the levels and kind of memorize stuff and know where stuff is and find
Yeah.
the other power-ups and find the other fruit. Like, I'm okay with it.
It didn't bother me too much
Yeah.
because it really.
I'm like you. I don't like collectathons,
Right.
but that didn't feel like it wasn't a forced collectathon.
Yeah, it was kind of, and honestly, like if I wasn't worrying about getting through the level, it was kind of fun to just try to find little caches of hidden shit because they were everywhere, and that reminded me of Earthworm Jim as well, because that was one of my favorite things to do in that game. Was like there were tons of things hidden in those levels. You just kind of had to like look for them or, see them in a strategy guide and kind of like know where they
Well,
are.
it's different when you're not made to do it. Like Banjo-Kazooie, when you're made to find 40 fucking puzzle
that's
pieces.
the object of it, right?
Yeah, then it's a chore, then it's a hassle. But
Yeah.
if you're enjoying the game and you want to go off and find the extras, you don't have to.
Right.
But if you want to, then that's totally different than having to spend 2 hours finding puzzle pieces.
Right, yeah. Because in the Jungle Book, the way that it works is if you collect enough gems in a level, when you complete that level, you can earn a continue, essentially. And then you can also earn a bonus level, which I never got. And I collected a bunch of gems, so I have no idea like why I never got to play a bonus level.
Maybe they don't exist like the real ending in Smash TV. You just can't get it.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I sure as hell didn't play any bonus levels.
And then the 2 levels after the 4 scroll level, which are the start of Shere Khan's levels, are the shortest. Like you just jump across like 3 or 4 trees, you're done. And then a very long level where you're evading lightning and jumping on the clouds.
Final Fantasy X flashbacks.
Until you get to Shere Khan, and then you just roll all your coconuts at him and throw all your mangoes at him, and he's dead.
Yeah, we kind of I failed to mention when I was talking about the bananas that there are other fruits. Like I guess there's the coconut that like you said, you roll like a bowling ball, which is generally useless, I guess, unless you're fighting Shere Khan.
Which he was on a straight flat plane.
There you go,
coming at you. So,
and then there are also the papayas, I guess, that you kind of throw like
or mangoes,
grenades, and then there are also the mangoes, which I think are the homing ones, right?
Okay.
So yeah, there's different fruits. I mean, Aladdin's got apples, so I guess Mowgli's got the rest of them.
It's
covered.
true. It's all the fruits. It's all of them.
Honestly, this game would have been so much better if I could play as Bagheera, because Bagheera is the best character in the Jungle Book. Period. The end. I love Bagheera. I think I told this story a long time ago on the show. I used to have dreams, like regularly occurring dreams when I was probably about 6 or 7 years old, where Bagheera would come to my window, come to my window, and then I would climb out the window and I would get on his back, and then he'd take me to the jungle or the moon or to like where the dinosaurs are. Like, I mean, this was a pretty sweet, like, lucid dreaming.
You're the dad I wish I had, Bagheera. I know, child.
No, just the brother I wish I had, really. Bagheera would make a pretty kick-ass brother. But I wish,
much older, lawful good brother.
Yeah, for sure. Like, lawful stupid, essentially, is like Bagheera's like lawful to a fault.
Yeah.
But you got to counter Baloo, you know?
Yep.
But yeah, man. And then I remember in kindergarten, we used to, and this might be why I had these Bagheera dreams, I don't know. Like, we used to like, and I've tried to find this. I've tried to find it, and I cannot find it. I don't know if it was just straight up my kindergarten teacher had a record of the Jungle Book, and maybe it just had like the songs on one side or something. But I remember every day in kindergarten, we would exercise, essentially, where it's like we would stretch and like we would get the sillies out, essentially, is what they call it at Henry School.
The Japanese emperor tells us we have to do our exercises now, class. Come on.
Right. So we would do those exercises, and like it would go, it would rotate who got to pick what song was played, and it was a huge fucking deal. It was like the biggest fucking deal in kindergarten, like what song we played at the beginning of the day. And it's like, if it was your birthday, you got to skip line, you got to choose. And I remember like us all loving that so much.
You had a school birthday. See, I had a summer birthday.
I did, yeah. I had a summer, or you had a summer birthday. I had a fall birthday, so I was all set. I don't remember how they did it with the summer kids. Wasn't my problem, so I never really paid attention. But yeah, it was a big deal, and we got. I mean, there's some arguments. And I think I was thinking about it. I was like, she was probably doing that on purpose. Like that was a lesson where it's like you can't always listen to the King Louie song. Sometimes you got to listen to the like. There was one song that was like the Elephant Military or whatever, and it's like. Man, we used to fight the fuck over that shit. Like, I mean, it was like life or death kind of shit where it's like, man, I can't believe that motherfucker chose the fucking Vulture song.
He did it just to piss me off.
Just to piss me off. And you, Robbie. Let's kill him.
What other instances can you think of in like elementary school that had instances like that?
Like the fight over kind of deal?
Yeah, where like you had to pick on a certain day, and kids, it was a big deal to you. Because I remember setting in the normal kind of benches in the cafeteria, but they also had booths.
Oh, wow.
They had like 3 booths. So you got to, on your birthday, you got to pick 3 other friends, and you could sit in the booths for lunch. So I remember mine was usually on, since I had a summer birthday, it was like a random day, like, oh, nobody's birthday, so I guess we'll do a summer birthday now. So I never knew when it was coming.
That sucks.
I remember my first grade teacher, in her room, she kept a clawfoot bathtub full of throw pillows.
Okay.
So if you were really good or you won something, you got to spend like however much time you could get in the bathtub and read.
All right, Tyler, you did really good today. Take off all your clothes and get in that tub.
Get in the bathtub. What kind of book do you want? You want the Kama Sutra? It's a picture book. There you go, little boy.
Kama Sutra, that feels kind of appropriate for today's topic.
Yeah. I remember that was always a big point of contention, those 2 things.
Yeah, I don't remember really anything. I don't like that like what song we played in the morning was seriously like that was the thing. Yeah.
I remember playing in elementary school. The music teacher would come to the classroom in kindergarten and would play Froggy Went a Courtin'.
Yeah.
Would pick 2 different kids out, of the class and say like Cyrus went a courtin' up, and pick a girl, and they'd all laugh or ooh or whatever.
Right.
I remember one time, and I say Cyrus because it was his name was Cyrus, and they picked him, and then for the girl picked the girl no one wanted anything to do with, like the girl that was like she was the smelly kid in class,
gotcha. The girl with the menacing aura.
Right, that's a good way of putting it. It wasn't like she was like just like down her luck, like she was. I don't know what her story is, but let's get her on the show. She grew up into exactly what you'd think. Like I remember,
let's definitely get her on the show.
I remember my friend Dustin, his mom was like, she's gonna grow up into be like a beautiful, smart young woman. You wait and see. Sharon, you were wrong. She did not. Her Facebook is just pure cringe entertainment.
Spill the tea.
Oh man, but
I'm gonna friend her. You're gonna tell me her name. When we're done.
Yeah, you look her up. But the music teacher picked her, and as soon as he started singing, oh my God, Cyrus burst into tears and started screaming like, "No, not her!" And the music teacher did not. He's like, Cyrus and Amber had lunch.
Man, I feel bad for. I mean, I wasn't there, but I feel bad.
I don't want to do anything with her.
Right, I feel bad for Amber. I mean, that's pretty rough, man.
Yeah.
That's some shit that sticks with you, dude.
Yeah. I mean, so it's not. I mean, I'm sure she probably had a hard childhood and then grew up into an equally adult. So yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because Melissa and I will often like. Did you see what Amber posted today? Yeah, holy shit.
Man, she really hates wearing a mask, I bet.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay. Yeah, man. Yeah, we always, I remember in elementary school, I mean, we definitely had the kid who smelled like pee. Mm-hmm. We definitely had that kid. Which I mean, honestly, other than him smelling like pee, he was okay.
And that kid in my class in elementary school shared my last name, so it was always people would throw that kid at me if they were ever mad at me.
Yeah, this is Pee Pee Holland. This is Poo Poo Holland.
Yep. Very nice kid. No idea what happened to him though.
Yeah. I mean, the PP kid at my school, I mean, he was nice, other than it kind of sucked to smell him.
Yep.
You know?
I felt bad for in middle school. a transfer student came in, like in 7th grade. I remember one kid started telling everybody that the other guy held me down.
The new one? The new guy.
Yeah, an existing student told everybody the new kid
Okay.
lived close to him
Okay.
and that he would come to his house and hold him down and suck his dick. It's like, yeah, I bet he's probably done to like, people in my family and everything.
Oh my God.
He sucks everybody's dick. I don't want it.
Yeah.
He sucks, he makes me do it.
I mean, I'm laughing because I'm assuming that this is a complete fucking bullshit story.
The transfer student was like, what the fuck?
Don't tell
What
them.
is going on? And I felt like, he was, I felt bad for him. 'Cause
And that
he was
transfer student was Brandon of Axelay.
And the kid who told everybody he got his dick sucked was Brandon of Axelay. And I remember that. And that
God.
kid was just, I've never seen someone so abused in middle school.
Oh,
And
like
he-
tormented by other kids, you mean?
Yeah,
The transfer student?
The transfer
Yeah.
student. And I remember
It sucks being the transfer student.
yeah, he got a brief reprieve, and I thought like it was a cool thing. Like I never had classes with the guy. I didn't
You
know
held him down and sucked his dick.
I was yeah, you want to see how it feels then? Chasing your own medicine.
That's pretty good, actually.
How you like that?
That'll teach you.
How you like them apples?
Is this good?
Tell me when you're gonna do it. You tell me, I'm gonna be so mad. I'm gonna tell everybody you didn't tell me. I remember Daniel was the guy's name. Like Daniel, ultimate slacker. Ultimate slacker. He was hilarious. The dude was absolutely hilarious. But he turned 16 in 8th grade and quit school in 8th grade.
Holy God, that's way too way too early to turn 16.
When I say ultimate slacker, yeah, like
So he was just held back a bunch.
a bunch. When his much younger sister passed him, that's when he quit school.
Can you imagine being 16 years old in 8th grade and
Eighth
being
grade.
like, I don't want to fuck anybody here?
There was a big thing where he was like, "Can I drive to school?" like it's never been an issue before.
Daniel,
Can you drive to middle school?
Wouldn't you be more comfortable? I don't know, literally anywhere else.
And I remember everybody the kid never did anything but just like be funny in class. Like
Yeah.
he never did homework, never did anything. Of course, he fails every single year.
Sure.
But he took up for the other kid.
Oh,
like
the transfer kid.
Yeah, he had to sit next to him in like a music class. He's like, I don't need to shut the fuck up. He's actually a pretty cool guy. And like things lessened after that for him.
After they're like, that person's a man and could kill me.
Yeah, he has a beard and a permit in 8th grade.
No one could hold him down and suck his dick.
No. Man, I hope he doesn't learn from that kid and suck all dick. He can suck like 4 or 5 at once.
God. Man. Y'all's middle school experience was fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were worried about gangs.
Oh, we were too. That was the big thing in 7th grade. Like, don't wear blue to school. You can't wear blue to school anymore. Folk broke off from the Crips, and now they're forming their own thing. Don't wear blue, or you're gonna get beat up or killed.
Yeah. Yeah. We worried about that. We worried about that too. Yeah.
Yeah, but a bunch of middle class white kids don't wear blue. Don't wear blue.
Yeah. I don't know. The thing, because like I was in Cedar Rapids in middle school, so the big thing was always the gangs coming from Chicago. That makes no sense.
They're coming.
It makes no
They're
sense.
coming to Cedar Rapids.
It's like, why?
That was the proto Fox News. The caravan's coming from Mexico.
Yeah. I mean,
The gangs are coming. They're all in their trucks. They're coming from Chicago.
Well, and see what it was that like the tough kids either perpetuated. I mean, they definitely perpetuated. I don't know if they invented it, but they were like, yeah, okay, we can latch onto this. We can absolutely rule the other kids with fear through the fear that even like all the kids have of gangs. Why were we so scared of gangs? I don't
The
understand.
local news. That's why. I told this story a long time ago about my mom talking to me about gangs. And there was like a Dateline NBC special about sex. And my mom and
Tyler, don't you ever let someone hold you down and suck your dick. I don't care if it's a blood or a crip or even a Latin king. You don't let them do it.
You don't let them. You play dead, and they'll suck for just like a little while. And then
Whatever you do, Tyler, you do not get hard.
you just like they can suck their dick, and you're not going to hell unless you get hard. So you play dead, you don't get hard.
It's not a sin unless you get hard. It's in the Bible.
I'm pretty sure that's in Hebrews. He took Luke into his mouth. He took in Luke's member. But no horse-like emissions were emitted. Thus he is allowed to enter the kingdom of heaven.
God damn. So yeah, she talked to you about the gangs after the news.
For months, they're building up this news program about like, if you have teens, sit down and watch this with them.
Oh, no.
Watch this with them about sex.
Yeah. Oh,
it's very
okay.
important about
Yeah.
sex. And she kept telling me like,
How old were you at the time?
it was in my last house, so I was probably a sophomore in high school. I bet.
So you know what's up.
I know. Yeah.
You know what's up. Okay.
Yeah, plenty of people held me down and sucked my dick at that point.
Right. Yeah. This is like, okay, Tuesday.
Yeah. But mom built it up so much, like it was going to be, I don't know what she expected, like a big abstinence, STD sort of talk. And
She hadn't seen the
she
program.
hadn't seen it.
Just like spots.
They were
for
just building it
Gotcha.
up, like spots were like, you have to watch this with the kids. This is going to, help them understand the importance of not having sex and blah, blah, blah. So she, this whole time told me, we're watching this together. We're watching, like, made a big deal about it. When it finally came on, we sat down and watched it. And all it was just a bunch of kids talking about oral sex on the bus and in the bleachers. And that's the first time I'd heard about the bracelets.
Oh man, see, it's just giving you ideas.
Yeah. That's all it was. Halfway through, my mom was just like, you can go to your room.
Yeah.
What? You don't want to sit there and watch the oral sex program with me? Thanks, Mom. Dad knows I'm fucking my girlfriend, by the way. He's not going to tell you, though.
They do that on the bus.
Oh, yeah. All the different bracelets to show how far they've gone with guys. Yeah, absolutely.
Man, it's fucked up that that's like as far back as that went.
Yeah.
Because like, didn't that? I feel like I just heard about that like a few years ago. The colored bracelets, like, like, is that still a thing? It's like what?
That's the huge. That's the suburban white mom boogeyman.
Man.
Is the sex bracelets, the color coded sex bracelets.
Man,
The urban myth of the suburban white mom.
it's like, I'm sorry, it's not fair, but it's like I don't have that fear, and it's not fair because I have a son, and it's just kind of like, just please don't get a girl pregnant.
Why do you have this brown bracelet, Henry? Why do you have it? How did I kid suck his dick? What do you think?
Oh damn it!
All
Did he
right.
get hard?
Did you get hard? No? Okay. Boys will be boys.
Well,
Go
there you
ahead.
go.
I got you some new shipping labels. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, look, like, yeah, for real. It's like, yeah, just don't get a girl pregnant. I don't care what you do. Fucking explore, my dude. Like, go.
Yeah, hopefully by that time they'll have male birth control that kids can just have.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I doubt it.
Get that switch in your balls, son. Keep that switch off.
Yeah, and I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't want him to start doing it now. But, you know, like, around, like, high school and shit, like, it's fine. Like, once you get your car, it's like, whatever. You're essentially an adult. Don't get a girl pregnant, please.
Don't,
Because
yeah.
that's when everyone gets pregnant, I feel like. Is like I had friends in high school. I had a really good friend in high school. It's like, now he can drive. Now his girlfriend's pregnant.
Now they can actually go somewhere.
Right. Yeah.
Can you come yet? No? Okay, let me know when you can. Did you come? Yes. Don't do that to a girl. That's all. That's it.
Well, the 2 out of 3 is okay. The Jungle Book. Speaking of our childhoods, I have a question for you. This isn't something that we've really ever done before, but I was looking around for commercials and like print ads and stuff like that for the Jungle Book, and I ran across on YouTube a commercial for the Jungle Book. And I was curious if you've ever seen it, because this is one of the things that I really like about this show. It's like when I start doing research, I find things that I've forgotten about that are super not important at all. And of course I don't remember them, but when I see them or hear them, it's like, oh my God, I had to have seen this like 12 times a day for like a summer, or something like that, like watching fucking DuckTales or some shit. I'm curious if you remember this.
If you want to get out of this place alive, you're going to need a compass, camouflage clothing, a 2-week supply of food and water, and a high-powered radio, and some bug repellent. But you're not getting none of that. All you're getting is bananas and underwear.
And this is all gameplay. This is just guitars and gameplay for the Jungle Book.
You ever try to get to level 10 in your underwear, boy? Disney's The Jungle
there
Book
is a level 10.
for Genesis, Game Gear, Game Boy, NES, and Super NES systems.
There we go.
I do not remember that ad, but holy fuck, that is a bad ad.
It's a really bad ad. You remember like when I remember being a kid, and it's like those were all our commercials.
Nobody in the jungle.
It was just people
throwing bananas.
It was just people screaming at us. Like I couldn't imagine, like if I were like we're chilling watching YouTube with Henry, I can't imagine a commercial like that where just a grown man is screaming at us.
Boy.
Yeah, because he was dressed up like a drill sergeant kind of deal. Like none of this makes sense.
Yay, 90.
But it doesn't have to. It moved games, I guess, or it didn't. I don't know.
But it looks badass. Yeah, my underwear is bananas. Man, the Jungle Book, man. Yeah, fuck
yeah.
Welcome to the Jungle Book.
They really were like pitching shit to, like, they knew their audience wanted to have sex real bad. And they're like, how do I do it? The Jungle Book, maybe?
Throw bananas in an owl until it gives you hearts.
Hearts? Yeah. So, the Jungle Book.
Jump on baby birds.
Man, I hate those baby birds. They shouldn't steal one heart. They're
You're
they're
right.
baby birds.
They're the equivalent to piranha plants coming out of pipes.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I think this game, it had decent potential, but I feel that there's just too much wrong with it. I mean, I get why it's on the list.
Yep. I get why it's not on the list too.
I don't think, other than the game-breaking glitch for me, I think it's worse than The Lion King, but not a lot worse.
Yeah, I also think it's worse than The Lion King.
Like
But
The Lion King, I don't think should be on the top 100 list.
I knew that, and that's why I wanted to, because I mean, you've made that abundantly clear on the show before. That's why I was curious how you felt like the Jungle Book compared.
Yeah, you're right. It's in the same vein. I think it's worse, but it's
So Aladdin is still the best Disney Super Nintendo game so far, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I feel good about that.
Yeah. I mean, some of the Mickey Mouse games weren't that bad, but
They
yeah,
weren't bad,
Aladdin's
but I
still
mean,
the best.
Aladdin's like kind of a standout for me,
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah. It had fun, fast-paced gameplay that wasn't too kiddie. Like, yeah.
Good music.
Yep.
And I mean, the Jungle Book had pretty decent music
They
too.
did,
I
yeah.
mean, I got a copyright strike. Well, not really a copyright strike, because I back up all the Twitch VODs to YouTube and just mark them private, because it's like, I might want this for one day, for whatever reason. And when I uploaded the Jungle Book, they're like, no, there are 3 instances of the melody of the bare necessities used in this video. And it's like, damn. And they're like, it's cool. You just can't monetize it. And it's like, oh, okay, whatever. Fine.
Oh, okay. Man, all right, YouTube. You got me.
Fucking, I want my nickel. Damn it. Would you like to hear what Flopsy, aka the Ultimate Nintendo Guide to the SNES Library 1991 through 1998 by Pat Contry, courtesy of Monster Mold Mike.
I would love that.
Has to say about the Jungle Book, parentheses, Disney's.
Yes. Speaking of that, Brendan just texted me.
Hey, ask him if he's held anybody down, sucked their dick recently.
What time is it?
Daylight savings time. They gave it 3.5 stars.
It's way
out
too
of
fucking
5.
high. That's way.
That's a 70.
Wow, that's way too high.
70%.
No, too. Outside the game-breaking glitch, I think this is a 2 to 2.5 star game.
The reviewers are Buddy KY. So I think in general this book kind of skews to
It does. It
higher.
skews positive.
Yeah.
Unless we really like the game, then it skews
Then it
negative.
skews negatively, yeah, for sure. Yeah, but the Jungle Book is like, I'm curious what they gave Aladdin.
Yeah.
Let's
okay.
look, right? All right. So Aladdin, Disney's, 4 stars. So like the Jungle Book's a half star.
A half star better than the best Disney game.
Okay, now
opinion.
what about The Lion King? What about Beauty and the Beast? Okay.
Lion King, 6 stars.
Right. It's 5 stars and a lion's head. The Lion King, 4 stars.
It is not as good as Aladdin.
So there we go. Well, according to Flopsy, it is.
Fuck you, Flopsy.
Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
if you were to give this game a beard, not Flopsy, if you were to give this game a beard that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of beard would it be?
I would have to give it the frozen, back in time in a jar, small, neat mustache of Walt Disney.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
The racist-ish Hitler mustache of Walt Disney.
Yeah. Okay. Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
if you were to give this game a pair of glasses that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of glasses would you give it?
I would give it the glasses of Dr. Seuss, one of his lesser works that you probably can't buy anymore. That's what this game sort of is to me.
Okay.
It still drives me crazy, all the posts I see about.
Oh, the Dr. Seuss stuff?
Yeah, it's like his.
What part of it drives you crazy? I don't see posts about it because I don't fucking immerse myself in that world anymore.
I mean, I have. Some people have surprised me posting about it. For the most part, like when I see people that are spewing that shit, it's just like
spewing what shit?
unfollow.
That like,
About all the censorship and how we're destroying America, how it's not the
Right.
same, how they don't understand this is just the worst, how
Sure.
they grew up was just perfect and nothing should change.
Ask
and,
them if they've ever read any of those fucking no-name Dr. Seuss books in their fucking life.
Yep.
Because it's like when I was reading the articles about it, and the titles are just like, nope, no, never heard of it. Nope, okay.
Yep.
I mean, fucking Cat in the Hat's not on there. Lorax ain't on it. You know what I mean? So it's like, baby, I know the hits.
And I saw outtakes from like the racist parts of those books. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, but it's not like it's the estate. It's Dr. Seuss's kids being
Right.
like,
Yeah, let's not.
we
right.
don't. Yeah, we think this is kind of hurt his brand. It's kind of time to move on
Yeah.
from these. Like, no one is like, they're taking it away. Who the fuck is they? Who is doing it?
The people who own it.
It's his estate. They're like, no, we don't want to sell these anymore. We don't.
Right.
Like, and really, like, I saw a TikTok that broke it down really well in a way of like, I think anybody, right or left, can understand. Because the person mentioned, well, it's all capitalism, all of it, every bit of it. So if you think cancel culture is just like, no, it's just people like they want to make the most money that they can. This thing might make me less money, so I'm going to get rid of it so I can make more money.
Well, and it's
Like,
also
that's all it is, really.
And it's also, dude, like probably the most press that Dr. Seuss has gotten in how long?
And forever.
You know
And
what
I'm
I mean?
sure his book sales are through the fucking roof now.
Of course they went up. Of course they went up
Yeah,
because like
it's-
people are thinking about Dr. Seuss now, and
Yep.
it's like, oh, yeah. Let's get one of the ones we can still buy. Well, we can still get them.
Oh, we're gonna take them away. Take away our guns and our one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish.
Hey, that's a classic. That's a classic. There's nothing racist in that, I don't think.
So
One can't be too short. Those books were written a long time ago.
So if somebody posted that surprised me, and I was just like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I was surprised that my dad felt about it the way that he did,
Yeah.
because my dad's generally like, we're typically aligned in our thoughts and stuff like that. But I mean, he's just like, you know how like gangs were like the boogeyman of suburban white moms in the 90s? It's like cancel culture with him for whatever reason. And it's like, what are you worried about? Like, what are you worried about?
And you tried canceling everything back in your day that you didn't like, that you thought was bad for your kids. Like, you just don't like them canceling the shit you like. It's just turned around. Like, people always try to get rid of the shit that they like. But even in this case, it's still just big corporations saying like, well, if I cut this, I'll probably make more money because I make more money saying I'm against it.
Sure.
Like,
sure.
A big soulless corporation entity does not truly give a fuck.
No. They want to survive and
so they want to make money.
profit.
Yes.
So it's like, yeah, I mean,
9 times out of 10, that's what it is.
yeah. And like I said, man, I mean, seriously, like, when's the last time everyone was talking about Dr. Seuss?
Except the one time a year when it's Dr. Seuss week in elementary school.
Right, yeah.
And just like, fuck, where's some blue and white striped anything?
Yeah, we keep everything.
Tyler, we gotta go to Walmart. It's midnight. We gotta go to Walmart right now and buy anything Dr. Seuss. Really, honey? Can't you? No, it's a big deal.
I mean, it is a big deal. You don't want your kid to be the only kid not wearing the Dr. Seuss stuff.
And every year for the last few years that Choco Chica was in elementary school, it was just like it would sneak up on us, and it's just like, all right, let's go to Walmart in the middle of the night and get some Dr. Seuss stuff for tomorrow.
I have a memory of, not me, but Nikki getting a black shirt the night before and cutting out like a white shirt for like a Cat in the Hat. Like, she fucking made this shit where she was like, but to be honest, she wasn't like, I said it was the night before, but it was like, she couldn't find anything she wanted. So she's like, I'm just going to make it. Like, okay. That sounds great.
Awesome.
I'm going to play video games. Are you cool with that?
It's like a one-person job.
Yeah, it's a one-person job.
I can't do that.
My job is to come back later and be like, damn, Henry, you look good, man. You look fucking like Cat in the Hat, dude. Sweet.
I'll do that. Unless it looks bad. Don't fuck it up.
Right. Yeah. I'm holding a whiskey for whatever reason. Cigar. I'm reading 6 racist Dr. Seuss books at the same time. Yeah, good job, sweetie. All right. Daddy's got to get back to Valheim. I guess that's it. I guess we got some things.
Yeah, any more questions?
I got some more questions for you. You want some more questions?
Yeah, give me some more questions.
Do you have any achievements for this game? Question number 3.
DK Donkey Kong, and that is you.
I heard he's the leader of the bunch.
Leader of the bunch. I mean, you know him well. He beat the game exclusively throwing bananas.
Fuck yeah. Mm-hmm. That's my kind of challenge right there. Because you know me. I just roll with the bananas all day.
You and Cockmaster Ashley Shake.
Can't fucking, that's energy right there. Do you have any other achievements?
No.
I've got a couple. A bunch came in from Twitch chat. Thank you, Twitch chat, very much.
Fuck John did.
Here are my favorites. Poop Shoot. In order to unlock Poop Shoot, you make Mowgli's diaper blow up and work as a parachute. That came in from Dig Dougie, which if you do fall from high enough, your red diaper does turn into a parachute to let you float safely down. Second achievement I've got is Welcome to the Jungle.
Yeah.
In order to unlock Welcome to the Jungle, you embrace the lyrics of the classic Guns N' Roses song, Welcome to the Jungle, We've Got Fun and Games, by playing something else than the Jungle Book. And that came in from Paush109. Thanks, Paush. And then the last achievement I've got that came in from Twitch chat is This is Vine. And in order to unlock This is Vine, have the vine not spawn and then reset the game in order to have it appear. And that came in from Kana. I've got one achievement of my own.
Oh.
And this achievement's called Lieutenant Dangler. In order to unlock Lieutenant Dangler, because there are snakes in the game, big danglers that hang from the trees. In order to unlock Lieutenant Dangler, you get killed by a hanging snake and sit motionless in rage while the game animates vividly around you. Also, there's confetti falling on you. Tyler, how much do you think this game is if you were to buy the Jungle Book for the Super Nintendo? If we were to open up the vault and pull out they should have done Disney video games should have been in white clamshell cases.
Yep.
Like the videos, man.
Well, you have this one. I assume you got it in a lot.
Yes.
So I will say $5.35.
Tyler, actual retail value of the Jungle Book, the Jungle Book for the Super Nintendo, loose, on average, according to price charting, at the time of this recording, I haven't been drinking. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I think I might be having a stroke. God. Is $4.78. You are very, very, very close. You're like, what, 42 cents off or something like that.
Is it worth it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you had enough fun with it?
I say yeah. I mean, there you can't buy. I mean, there are definitely better games you can buy for $4.78, but I mean, for like an actual physical cartridge, you know what I mean? It's just kind of like, yeah, I feel like that's fair. Like if you get it for under $5 shipped, sure. You can have, like, I would go back and finish this.
Yeah.
It's not the worst game. I know we just shit on it, but it's really not the worst game.
You're right.
And there are redeeming qualities to it. And it's like I want to get past that forced scrolling level. You know what I mean? Like if I was a kid or if I, didn't have as many responsibilities as I do right now, I would absolutely go back and try to finish this game. I'm not going to, but I would. Test me.
Test me. Take away some responsibilities.
Yeah, strip my responsibilities. Yeah. And I think I know the answer to this, but Tyler, do you think that this game, The Jungle Book, belongs on TADPOG's top 100 Super Nintendo games?
I do not.
Yeah, that's a soft no for me. I think it's a little more firm from you, which I get it. I do. I get it. I don't know. I generally like platformers, I think. I think I might like platformers a little bit more than you do. And I will.
If platformers have a weapon you can swing, I like them infinitely more.
Yeah, as opposed to like throwing fruit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Throwing fruit or just jumping. Like I like Mario's the exception, but like.
Well, Mario's got Fire Mario.
Any platformer that you also have a melee weapon, like I like a lot more.
And I will also, like, one final thought that I have on the gameplay for the Jungle Book is I wish you could grab onto ledges.
Yeah, that's a huge...
Because it feels like you should be able to, because there are a lot of levels that are like...
You can grab on the end of vines.
Right.
Yeah.
And there are a bunch of levels you're barely not able to jump on. It feels like you should be able to, like, Prince of Persia style, like, grab onto that, pull yourself up. But whatever.
Yeah, 110%, you're right.
I got some more questions, Tyler, if you're interested in that.
Fucking do it.
I've got a quiz that came in from one Ross Rachel Green from across the pond, entitled Jungle Book.
Perfect.
Ross begins. It's surprising how little happens when you are told not to leave the house. I did buy a bunch of retro game enamel badges, but I don't have anything to put them on. I can't really put them on my coat because I take that to work and I am expected to look at least somewhat professional, so they are just scattered on my desk. Someone very nicely bought me Valheim, which has got its claws in me like a more addictive strain of heroin. It's a classic, just 5 more minutes game. I built a nice little house, then noticed a tree had fallen down, so I should clear it out of the way. Then there was another and another. I know that feel, Ross. Although I haven't played it recently, I know that feeling. Ross continues, before I knew it, I was miles away and I was scared I'd get eaten by something, so I ran home. Anyway, you know what has 10 letters? Jungle Book. It's a shame I won't be bothering with them and just picking 10 games out of the list because I seem to use the same games over and over. I'll give you the first letter as well. It's only fair. So, are you ready to begin, Tyler?
I'm ready.
This M is set in the year 2214. Earth has made contact with another dimension known as Other Side and send the titular hero who is the only one who can survive the trip. Who's a hero whose name begins with M who lives in the year 2214 and goes to the other side? Melvin.
Melvin?
Marvin the Martian.
Sure. He could probably do it.
Marvin the Martian. He's not Earth. He's Mars. I don't know.
Shit, I have no clue. No clue whatsoever.
Melvin. Locking it in. It is, in fact, Metal Morph.
Never heard of it.
Metal Morph. Maybe it will be randomly selected for us to play next week. I don't know.
Or maybe it'll be Tailspin for NES. I don't know.
Oh, maybe. Next question. This M failed due to a spectacularly high price of $419 at release, but featured an unusual peripheral. It's not Mario Paint, is it?
No.
That was not $419.
Start with an M.
Mother 3.
Yep.
You can have it, but it's $419.
I'm trying to think of a weird system.
I'm trying to think of an unusual peripheral. Is this the Mario like sewing thing? Is that what this is? I can't remember what it's called.
Mario sewing.
It's like Mario sweatshirt or something.
Yeah, that'll work.
Locking it in. Mario sweatshirt. It is Miracle Piano.
Okay.
Is that in Flopsy? Are we gonna have to figure out how the fuck we're gonna do it?
We gotta order a Miracle Piano.
Oh no. Maybe we can just play piano.
I'm using Phil Hawkins.
Dude,
Sandwich from Phil Hawkins jam and unclogging my ears with this pin cap.
You guys are fucking grossing me out with that shit last night. Like, oh my God. Don't put pin caps in your ears, man.
It's fine.
Don't use keys. Please don't use keys. Miracle Piano is not in Flopsy, so it's not real.
Yep.
So I'm going to go ahead and mark that we got it correct.
Yep, because you can't give us fake stuff.
Right.
You make up, Ross.
Nice try, Ross. Next question. In this M, the game spins around and around wildly in a circle and makes it difficult to continue in the right direction. Reviewers stated that it was enough to make players sick. That kind of sounds like, oh my God, I can't remember the name of the fucking game where you're playing oh my God. I can't even describe the game to you right now. It had those like Contra overhead levels, where it was all like mode 7 and you could spin. It was Jim Power, but that doesn't start with an M. Jesus.
Mr. Jim Power.
Mr. Jim Power does. James Power Sr.
Here's the Miracle Piano.
The Miracle Piano. How much? Like $1,000? I saw like
We
a
can buy it
bunch
on
of digits.
eBay for $150.
Oh, okay. I'm not gonna. Well, fuck.
Oh yeah, here it is for Nintendo. Here's the Nintendo box. Here's the Super Nintendo one too.
Oh man, on eBay or just
Just a picture.
a picture? Does it come with a cart?
The Miracle Piano Teaching System.
Oh shit, man. All right. Well, look, I'll look into that. That seems like a waste of money, but I'm interested in it.
Yeah, because there's the NES cartridge.
Wow. Wow, dude. Is that like, how big is the piano? That thing looks like it's pretty like involved.
I mean, it's a full size like keyboard.
That's nuts, dude. I wonder if it works with Mario Paint.
I hope so.
It probably doesn't. That'd be awesome, though. Mr. Jim Powers.
Mr. Jim Bauer.
Locking it in. It is, in fact, Mohawk and headphone jack.
Quit making shit up, Ross.
Next question. This P is a puzzle game where you face such opponents as a crab made out of a rice bowl and a beautiful laughing mermaid. That is puzzle pieces, Ross. Nice try. Puzzle pieces, locking it
I have
in.
no idea what that is.
It's pieces. It's pieces. Pieces is the answer.
Okay.
But it's puzzle pieces. Come on. It's puzzle. It's a puzzle game. Where essentially
Puzzle,
you make
yeah,
puzzles.
you were clarifying. Yeah, I get it.
Right. Yeah. Thanks.
That's a Super Nintendo game?
It is. Well, I think it might be a European Japanese release. I don't know
okay.
that we got it. I can check Flopsy.
No, it's okay. It's whatever you want to do.
I'm into it. Pieces.
And that's how you can cut my life.
Into pieces. Yeah, look at that. North America had a North American release. Pieces. 1994, developed by Prism Kikaku.
Yeah, all right. Love their shit.
Yeah, they're really good. They're real fucking good. The pig on a moped that I use in my stream intro is from Pieces. That's the only reason. I do the game, and I still got it wrong.
Yeah.
But I was so confident about it. Next question. This S is a game based on a cartoon of the same name and stars Clifford, Cornelius, Chester, Maxwell, and Angus.
Cartoon that starts with an S.
Street Sharks?
Sure.
I don't know.
All right.
I watched that once. I saw like one episode of it. Are there 5 of them?
Probably.
Are their names Clifford, Cornelius, Chester, Maxwell, and Angus? It sounds like...
Cornelius kind of sounds familiar.
All right. Just locking it in. Street Sharks. It is not letting me choose an answer. I don't know.
Street Sharks it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't click on it. Okay. We'll go with Street Sharks. Sure. Next question. This S is a 2D action platformer based on an animated series of the same name, with RPG elements in which the player controls either Razor or T-Bone. I don't know why I said Razor like that, like it was Ninja Turtles.
Well, the Street Sharks character names are Ripster.
Oh shit, we fucked up.
Moby Lick, who is the whale.
Well, I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Big Slamoo.
Oh man, Big Slamoo.
Streaks.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So I don't think that was it.
Maybe that's but maybe like Clifford, Cornelius, Chester, Maxwell, and Angus are like their Christian names.
Before they got turned into Street Sharks.
Right. Don't worry. I'm Googling all of those names in sequence so we can get to the bottom of this fucking unsolved mystery here. The Stone Protectors. Are you familiar with the Stone Protectors?
Not at all.
It is. Oh my god, it's the fucking Trolls game. Yeah, it's like that Trolls. It's like the Troll Dolls spinoff.
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen this.
Yep.
I think Drex played this game.
Okay,
back in the
I've
day.
seen this. Yes. Okay.
All right. Okay. It had 13 episodes.
in a goddamn Super Nintendo game.
Did you ever have any Troll Dolls?
No, I didn't.
No.
I hated them.
Yeah, I had a couple. I don't know why. I don't even know why they were popular. I mean, they were all over the place in Mimi's desk and the Drew Carey show.
Yep.
That probably helped a little bit. Tyler?
Yes, Dave.
This S is a 2D action platformer based on an animated series of the same name with RPG elements in which the player controls either Razor or T-Bone.
Street Sharks.
Wait, you know that's not right. It wasn't a Razor
or T-Bone.
It's not the Cowboys of Moo Mesa. That starts with a C.
Yeah.
T-Bone is definitely, that's a cow name. That's a bull name right there. Razor also could be. Like razor wire.
Razor wire.
Farmer got to keep me in the razor wire pen. Otherwise, I'd fuck all the cows.
Fuck them all up. I'll hold down those cows and suck their teats. You give me that milk, I'm going to hold you down and suck it out.
It's based on an animated series, RPG Elements. It's an action platformer. This is a hard fucking quiz right here.
Shit, I have no fucking clue.
What is an animated series that started with S besides Smurfs, the? My favorite Smurf is definitely Razor. I mean, he's
The
all
Snorks?
oh yeah, yeah, right. Razor's always like behind Smurfette's house with a needle in his arm.
Any other show that started with an S? Street Samurai.
Street Samurais, locking it in. It is SWAT Cats,
Okay.
the Radical Squadron.
I have heard of that.
I don't remember this.
Heard of SWAT Cats.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Next. We're doing great. Don't worry. This S is a port of a PC and Amiga game. It is an isometric RTS set in a dystopian future where corporations have replaced governments.
Shadowrun?
Shadowrun?
Yeah.
Logging it in. Shadowrun. It is Syndicate. Also could be Shadowrun, though.
It's totally Shadowrun.
All right, next question. This U is a one-on-one fighting game that has an interesting game mode where boss battles can be fought in a turn-based manner.
Ultraman?
Probably. Based on, I never played it, but based on your description a few episodes back, it makes sense. Ultraman, locking it in. It is Ultimate Fighter. That was kind of close.
Yeah.
First 3 letters.
Yeah.
We got it. Next question.
1/10 credit.
I don't think we've got a single one of these right.
No. The pieces.
I mean, that was half credit. I said puzzle pieces. Next question. This W is a spaceflight simulator where the main objective is to destroy enemy fighters, but there are multiple side objectives like clearing minefields. Is that Wing Commander?
Wing Commander?
Sure. Logging it in. It is Warp Speed. Wow. I have never heard of like most of these games.
Yep.
Next question. This W was a port of an Amiga and Atari ST game that sees you play as Saul trying to rescue his father, Cal Morrow.
What did it start with?
W. W. Bush, comma, George. Locking it in. Colon. A fooled man can't be fooled again.
God, I forgot about that. Lockbox. With your Bible, the story of Saul.
With your Bible, the story of Saul. Locking it in. It is Wolfchild. Wolfchild. What this communicates to me is we have so many shitty SNES games that we have to play for this show.
I don't even know if they're all SNES games. Do you say they all are?
I mean, that would be breaking tradition here. Let's see. I won't be bothering with them and just picking 10 games out of the list. Yeah, I think these are all. I think these are all
Damn.
Super Nintendo games.
Damn.
I have one more question. Maybe we can redeem ourselves. This is our redemption question. You are offered the chance to buy a rare game at a fraction of the price. The caveat being that it was fished out of a septic tank and now resides in a bucket of human effluence. Say that right? Effluence? Does that mean poo?
Probably.
Okay. Emissions.
Emissions.
Do you buy it in the hopes you can clean it and keep it? No.
It's got to be ruined.
There's no way. There's no way unless it's like a PlayStation disc, like an optical. That label is fucking gone, dude.
Yeah.
And that label's important. It's so important that like, so I've got like I'm a crazy person and I have like a bunch of eBay notifications set up for like rare Super Nintendo games because it's like maybe I'll find like maybe want to get posted I can snatch it up real quick. It hasn't happened yet, but maybe it'll happen. But what I've discovered is there was a copy of Mega Man X3. And it was like not super low, but it was like lower than I normally see copies of Mega Man X3. Mega Man X3 is an expensive game. So I'm like, all right, I'll check this out. And I tapped on it and it takes me to the auction page. And it is like, oh, that's a fake. What the fuck? Why are they selling a fake for that much? And then like in the big letters are like, read the description, authentic cartridge, read the description. It's like, fine. So I read the description. It's like, this is an authentic cart. Here are photographs of the circuit board. This is an authentic cart. The problem is the label was destroyed and has been replaced with a reproduction label. And it's like, I got to be honest with you, dude, saving $30 isn't worth. You know what I mean? Like if I'm
Doesn't count.
right, if I'm gonna spend over $100 on a video game, you know what I mean? It's like
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and spend the extra $30.
May as well write Mega Man and Sharpie and
Right.
peel it off.
Keith, underline it. Mega Man X3. Yeah. Right. Yeah, totally. So, I mean, but I could tell, like, it seemed like this person was like, look, I understand. It looks like a fake. It's not. But I don't know. It still kind of is. You know? It ain't
Yep.
in great condition. So, no, I'm not buying the super rare game that's in the fucking,
Yep.
in this. Because,
For
look,
less than half.
if I'm worried about playing it, I'll just play it on the EverDrive.
Yep.
The only reason I'm buying games is to fucking collect them. You know what I mean? And if I'm going to collect them, I want them to be not smelling like shit and also like look decent.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm with you. No.
Ross says, I probably would just to see if I could make it work and not smell like ass.
Good luck. Have I got a deal for you, Ron?
I mean, I could see seeing if you can make it work, like taking that as like a challenge or something like that. But I mean, I think you could, depending on the game, you know, as long as there was no like current of electricity running through the cartridge when it was submerged in poo.
I mean, it'd have to be something like truly incredibly rare, like
A
Red River Crossing.
I was thinking like the NES Championship.
Yeah. That's what it would have. It would have
Right,
to be
it would
something
have to be
like
something
that.
like that. Yeah. All right. Well, there we go. Thanks, Ross. Thank you for the absolutely ridiculously difficult quiz.
Yeah. Just sitting around your house, just thinking up hard quizzes.
If you were trying to prove something, consider it proved.
Proved. Well, you want to see what we're going to play next week?
Yeah, I do. I really do. Let's see if it's one of the games
All
that
right.
we've never heard of.
I'm going to go grab this batter up
All right,
peripheral.
please.
Put one in on the ground.
Please.
My hand on the other end, one crazy
Hell
kid
yes.
style.
Do it.
Point mine on the hole in
Fucking-
random
yeah.
direction. Say the prayer we all love to say.
Hold that bat down. Suck its dick.
Come on, randomizer. Beep-doo, boo-doo, beep-doo, boo-doo, beep-doo, boo-doo, beep-doo, boo-doo, boop, boop, boop. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Stop.
452.
New one?
It's a new one.
452 is probably the
You're really good at this.
F's.
I had to jinx it. No, it's ours.
Ours.
Some would say the better F.
Rad skating.
You're actually
Too close.
Eerily close. Radical Rex. Radical Rex.
Radical Rex. Okay.
Which is, I'm assuming, probably very similar to We're Back, a Dinosaur Story. I don't
Yep.
know what Radical Rex is, but it's probably a platformer, and it probably stars a T-Rex. is my guess. Are you looking it up?
Yeah,
I can consult. I can
just
consult
wanna
Flopsy.
know. But then we'll know how many stars it's got.
That's true. We want to keep that a surprise. Radical Rex, not to be confused with Dino City.
The cover art is a T-Rex on a skateboard.
I want to see it. I want to see it. It's probably going to bring back angry memories.
It's a baby T-Rex on a skateboard.
I have seen that. That looks like that.
Shred prehistoric pavement.
Awesome.
So it's a
it's a skating,
skateboarding
it's
game.
probably a skating platformer. I bet. I bet you're a fucking baby T-Rex on a skateboard, and you have to platform while doing it. There's no way that's like a trick-based
Wow.
game, right?
I hope it's basically Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk stole everything from this.
Oh man, that would be great. Holy
Wow.
shit. Okay.
Radical Rex. I can roll with that.
Radical Rex.
Radical Rex for Smash.
Yes, please, God. But he's also a sword character. He just uses a skateboard as a sword.
Yep, that's how we sell it.
We'll find out his ultimate smash, I'm sure, next week when I know anything about the character.
Absolutely
'Cause
anything.
just looking at the box art, it gave me TurboGrafx 16 vibes, and I think it's because it's either like it looked like they were like, "Hey man, Bonk's Adventure's a thing." That's kind of what that.
What
art
we do,
looked
like a
to me.
baby T-Rex
on a skateboard.
on a skateboard.
Yeah. Who do kids like? Bart Simpson, sir. All right. Well,
I want him to literally eat the shorts off of humans and have a skateboard.
I swear to God, if there's not a shorts meter in Radical Rex, I'm going to be really fucking pissed off. Eat 10 shorts to earn a continue.
Hold down 10 kids and suck their dicks. Radical.
Oh, God. All right, Radical Rex. I bet it's real good, dude.
Oh, it's going to be so
I bet
good.
it's real
Oh,
good.
you know it's going to be so good.
Oh, with a name like Radical Rex.
Radical Rex.
How can you possibly go wrong? I hope it's at least fucking funny. I hope it's so bad it's funny.
Shred prehistoric pavement's already pretty funny.
I have a feeling we'll bring back a segment called Tyler Reads from the Instruction Manual for Radical Rex.
Destroy things that aren't real yet. Okay. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. You can catch this show in its entirety on YouTube.
Yeah. Thanks, Backlog Banisher
Backlog
Dane.
Banisher Dane. You can also catch us on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play. Are we on Google Play?
Yeah, I think that's still a thing.
TADPOG.com, Facebook. All that jazz.
Yeah.
We're pretty easy to find.
Yeah, you just search for some places. You'll find us.
You'll find you just Google Tadpog.
It's fine.
Find it.
It's fine. You'll see things for tadpoles. You'll see things
just
for
go like two down more.
dogs.
Yeah.
We're on the page.
We're below tadpoles and tab dogs.
Yeah, it's fine. You'll know it because it'll say Tyler and Dave in it.
Yeah.
Man, I swear to God, if someone names some tadpoles Tyler and Dave, we are fucked.
We are
fucked.
lost to the internet forever.
Damn it. And if they start doing a podcast where it's like,
We gotta sue them for likenesses.
we're gonna have to, yeah.
Jay and
for sure.
Silent Bob style.
Yeah.
We'll have to go to Hollywood.
I love to think that this is a Hollywood production. The Tyler Dave Tadpole story. I did it. Fuck.
Hey, do you want to send us something? We have a few more packages to go before we might do our one more package to go.
One more package just came in today.
Before we'll work on our Great Eats episode.
Yeah, and I think we'll probably. Oh, that reminds me. Yeah, we'll have a Patreon episode with Cthusiast Jeff, Star Fox Assault. That's going to be hitting real soon.
Oh hell yeah, it's true.
And then I guess Do you want to do an all calls before the food video?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel good about that too.
Yeah.
I feel like people, like on Discord, the bit.ly/Tadpog Discord, they've been
Do that thing.
They've been wanting it.
Sounds good.
The all calls.
But if you want to send us anything, you can send it to Tadpog Studios, care of Nicole Nance, P.O. Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002.
Yeah.
You want to call us? This would make the next all calls. We already have a batch of calls to go through. So
Yeah,
for the
a lot
next
of them.
one,
A lot of calls.
270-883-2555. You want to buy a shirt? Shirts.tadpog.com. You want to
Yeah.
buy a mask? Mask.tadpog.com.
Yeah.
We're Tadpog_podcast on Instagram and on Twitter.
Yeah.
Second most importantly, Dave has a Twitch.
Yeah, I stream. If you just go to Twitch and just search for Tadpog, you'll find that stream. I stream on Friday nights and Sunday nights. So yeah, I'd love to see you there. I've been
Hell
playing
yeah.
Breath of Fire on Fridays.
Found my favorite thing to watch you stream.
I'm really glad to hear
so
that.
good.
And then
It's the Twitch version of listening to lo-fi hip hop.
oh, wow, damn, that is quite the compliment for me because I do like to listen to a lot of lo-fi hip hop beats to study to. And or masturbate too. Your pick.
I listen to it at work a whole lot.
Yeah, so masturbate
So
definitely.
especially when my boss is on time, like, I'm gonna listen to some music. Okay, and I put that on. He's like, "What is this?" I was like, "It's pretty good." Oh, okay, I like it. All right.
All right. Okay.
But most importantly, that Patreon.
Yeah, we've got a Patreon.
Pull that shit up real quick.
I've got it in front of me. If you'd like, or I can pass it over to you to read. I know you were having problems with the app last time.
Yeah. If you want to go ahead.
Okay, I've got an increase from Paulsh 109 from the Press B to Cancel guys. I was just recently on an episode of theirs about Valheim. Looking forward to that coming out.
Oh.
It was a lot of fun to record. We've got an increase, a big increase from Cubicle Monkey. Thank you. Thank you very much, coronavirus savior, Cubicle Monkey. And then we've got a pledge increase from Circle Man as well. Thank you, Circle Man.
Hell yes.
And this episode...
He can beat Triangle Man.
Probably. He could definitely beat Triangle Man. Is that the best They Might Be Giants song?
Maybe.
It was when I was a kid. It's
See,
still up there.
They Might Be Giants. It begins and ends with Tiny Toon Adventures.
Sure. I mean, those are obviously the best.
Mm-hmm.
This episode was executive produced by the following people. These are the folks on Patreon who donate $20 or more a month. Thank you very much. We've got Usurper Grimm, God Emperor Alex Pena, Cousin David Galino, Cthusiast Jeff Miners, Coronavirus Savior Cubicle Monkey, Zeus Laser, Steve Dixon, Plinko Nick Price, Clambro Cody Phillips, Lint Liquor Joseph Phillips, Bantha Master, The Eightfold Daniel Abernathy, Time Lord Josh Edwards, Executive Producer Dig Duggy, Matt Gentile aka Gentle G, Magical Sleeper aka Big Dick Pie Baker Chris Vaughn, Laud Mulaney Dennis, Pinball Archmage Chris Edler, congratulations on your marriage, and I'm sorry you couldn't be on this episode, Sandwich Pope Phil Hawkins, Drink Smith Joey Webster, Big Daddy Paul Anderson, and Master Cycle Baron Kevin Link. Thank you guys very much.
Hell yes. Our theme song is Moves by Sycamore Drive. Link to that track on the show notes at TADPOG.com. Hey, I'm going to close this out, Dave.
Favorite Jungle Book character? It's low-hanging fruit, but I feel like we're never going to be able to do it again.
Okay.
This is our only opportunity to do it, Tyler. It's really important.
It's true. Until Jungle Book 2.
Until Jungle Book 2, yeah, of course. There's no Super Nintendo game for it. We're just going to do it.
Talk about it.
Or Jungle Cubs.
We'll do all the direct-to-video sequels of all the Disney Super Nintendo games.
Can we stop and talk about how bad of a branding move it is to call your show with baby versions of the Jungle Book characters Jungle Cubs? Like, that is the most generic ass. Like, if you were to just say to me, have you seen the latest episode of Jungle Cubs? I'd never, like, it would be like in the Google of my mind, Jungle Book.
Don't make me hold you to the suck your dick.
Jungle Book would be like 12th down on that list. You'd have to explain to me, it's Jungle Book, but with like, they're the babies version.
They call it that. Call it Jungle Book, but smaller.
Jungle Book babies. Done. It's fucking done. Jungle Book, the Jungle Book
Jungle Book
babies.
Cubs, or anything.
It's got to be Jungle Book. Jungle's not the brand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Guy's fucked up.
Jungle, the animals before Mowgli was born, Book Cubs. So until next time, tropical
Capricorn.
Capricorn. Capricorn. I need to work on my walking more.
Yeah, okay. All right, gotcha.
And now a characterized dramatic reading. Now I'm
Good. More.
Now I am the king of the swingers. Oh, the jungle VIP. I've reached to the top and had to stop.
You sounded like Josh for a minute.
And that's what's bothering me. I want to be a man cub, and stroll right into town. And be just like all the other men. I'm tired of monkeying around.
It's so much better this way.
Oh, Ooby-Doo. I want to be like you. I want to walk like you and talk like you. You see, it's true. An ape like me can be a human too.